Hello, and welcome back to A Bag of Cats. I am your host, Christbearer the King Little Bell, mutatis mutandis altruist in aeternum. Excuse me. I have this quote on my mind that I want to share, and don't waste time, or time will waste you. And that's all I see happening with my life every day. Time wasted, time gone. And I sadly get to also say that's how I've seen my whole life. Yeah, I will admit that some of it was very voluntary. And I will also say, and I know for a fact, a lot of it was heavily influenced and not in a supportive way. And now I'm here to tell you my life story. I don't know where to begin. I want to start with right here, right now, because it's got the freshest memories. But then I realized I should go back further because memories can go away. So, I'm confused at where to start now. But very, very, very confused. For some reason, I'm thinking about starting at 7 years old. 7 years old was a very traumatic time for me. Of course, I didn't realize it until adulthood. But it was at 7 years old I realized that my mother, she didn't have any value in me at all. I was treated very poorly, and that is 100% on her. After a lot of soul searching and personal interaction with new knowledge, I've come to discover that my very own mother is a narcissist. And that just means no genuine love for me. Just a cheeseburger and a candy bar every now and then and shut the fuck up. Well, it wasn't shut the fuck up, it was I'm watching my show. What was her favorite show? Something called Murder, She Wrote. And when it comes to a narcissistic one watching a show like that, you can only imagine the ideas put in her mind. My father was a very accomplished man, was a very knowledgeable man, was a very intelligent man, was a man to look up to and to be able to count on no matter what. And he, unfortunately, in his later years, had a question that just couldn't be answered by psychologists or psychiatrists. I know the answer to that question now. Unfortunately, I won't be able to share that with him because his life was taken from me June 25th, 2007. And that's when hell broke loose on me. I'm not joking. I mean, the full gambit of jokers and demons and devils unleashed upon me. And They pretended to be friends. They pretended to be trustworthy. They pretended to be accountable, and no, not a single one of them are or were. I forgive you. I forgive them. May God have mercy on your soul. I know you follow earthly orders. I don't. I won't. They're earthly. But yeah, at 7, that's where my mind goes back to. As far as the day my mom made me realize I was just worthless. Um, there was more to it than that. My father had questions about me because I was a towhead. If you don't know what that means, I had blonde hair when I was a child. It turned brown, dark brown, and now I look very much like. I think I look more like my uncle than I do my dad, but they were identical twins, so who knows? Um, so yeah, there was a distance between my father and me that was, for me at the time, impossible to explain. He was still a great father, but there was a connection that was just not there. That could have something to do with him not knowing he was autistic or had Asperger's. And I know I'm autistic or I have Asperger's. I don't have a diagnosis, just like my father. And what a life changer. Something that was easily psychologically manipulated and has been to this day. I really had to work up a lot of motivation and energy to do this. And right now I'm having a hard time keeping going, but 7, mom gave me an ACE, an adverse childhood experience. My father gave me another one. My mother gave me plenty more. My father gave me plenty more. But here I am, and just doing my best to continue on living. But no, I'm sorry, gotta stay on track here. So, 7 to 12 years old, that was a very interesting time of life for me. My mom was addicted to watching television. My father worked all the time, and I got to make friends with the neighborhood kids, and some of them were not what I thought they were. As far as not being able to see that they were different from other people, and I was constantly hanging out with them, which lets me know now at 43 I'm different from people, but being in a wheelchair because of multiple sclerosis and being autistic, that makes me want to stay away from people altogether, especially now. Man, I keep getting pulled to the present. I'm sorry. But yeah, 7 to 12, or yeah, 7 to 12, that was just a period of isolation for me. Spent a lot of time by myself in my bedroom, just taking stuff apart and probably not putting it back together, but figuring out how stuff worked after I was done playing with it. And then middle school shows up, and we all had a childhood best friend. I had one, and then he moved away. And the middle school comes around, and I make a new best friend because we both liked hockey. I liked hockey because I liked the geometry of the sport. He liked hockey because I had a father that could supply him with hockey equipment. That's all I can see out of it. Not to mention other goodies along the way that he can get because I had a rich dad, I guess. He knew what to do with his money. He knew how to budget and plan. I don't know what he did exactly, but he was a very secretive man. There are people to this day that I will meet that I've never met before. They know more about my father than I do. Fun. So yeah, middle school. I meet someone who is supposed to be a friend. No. Spent like 2 decades of my life looking at this person as a friend, and no. As far as I'm concerned, was another narcissist in my life. Wasn't able to pick up on the signals because the original narcissist in my life was my mother. Wow. I think that's all the energy I got for this one, but when I pick up on the next one, it'll be all about middle school on.